Hi, I'm Zeos Pantera. Welcome to Z Reviews, and don't forget to check out my Patreon and Subscribe Star to get content early and see sound demos, and I'll explain it all at the end. But I got to do the intro to these. Simgot, which is usually just IMs. We've actually seen a couple of these like IM companies coming out with a headphone. And companies have worked their entire existences to make good headphones, and they just miss the mark. I've seen you fucking miss the mark, you miss the mark, and they eventually straighten it out, and it's like, you know what? That's an acceptable product. What the can I say it? Can I say the F word this early in a review? Zeos, you can't keep saying, oh, this next cheap thing is the best thing, but holy shit. I can say shit, right? These are $85. Currently on sale for $77 on Amazon. And they're the Simgot EP5s. And they're dynamic. And this is their build. They're just a black cup, and the center is blocked, and there's vents here. And the pads are not very deep, but they're very, very soft. And there's no tilting action this way, so I had to manipulate them a little bit to get them to fit my head perfectly. And it's got a very simple sliding mechanism here that's very stiff that lets you slide it up and down, and the clamp is super linear. And the wire comes with this kind of meh. And they also sent their 7.1 USB gaming adapter. Fuck all that. I put Magia on it, which this is a collab, which you want to support the channel without giving me money directly. You could get something good. Put Magia on it, and I've been fucking amp surfing now for a while. Because I'm goddamn astonished at what I'm listening to. It doesn't make any... I've done this too often. There's too many good things, and everyone's like, Zeus, you gotta pick one. You gotta hate everything and just love one thing. Well, you see, time is linear. So if I could instantly snap my fingers and I've heard every headphone that ever was and ever will be, then I could tell you what the best thing is. But 2 months ago, when it was probably the Simgot Answer at $200, and then maybe a month and a half ago, it changed again. What was the cheap one that I loved? The Kiwi ears. The Kiwi ears open back. It was like, oh my god, not the Ellipse was fucking so good. EP5. The missile is not EP. Sleepy EP. The missile is in my goddamn hand. This headphone, for as cheap as it is built certainly well enough to survive a decent beating. It's got very few moving parts. It's insanely comfortable somehow. This feels... obviously, it's not real leather, all right? It's fucking $77. It's not real leather. But... you could fucking fool me. If you told me this was a soft Italian leather, I'd be like, God damn, who the fuck forged this? And the pads, which are they're not super thick, and they're not memory foam even. You know what they remind me of? Those bastards right there. The Takstar Pro 82s. For a good chunk of my entire life, the Takstar Pro 82s were the most comfortable headphone I've ever worn. Because the pads were not huge and not deep, but they were just they're right. There's so much about this headphone that is just right. As far as fit and finish goes. The wire, yeah, it's a cheap, fabric thing that splits off, but at least it's dual 3.5, and it's got a right angle connector, and we'll talk for a second about this thing and how it does bad. This could be one of the best dynamic headphones you could buy today. Period. No exaggeration. Fuck. I'm looking at Meze and being like, oh, you got those Mezes? $400? Cool. Nah, I'll take the EP5s. What? No. That doesn't make... No, stop, Zeos. You're bullshitting. Here's the thing. If I lie on this channel to sell things, oh my god, he's using an affiliate link, he's evil. But if I lied on this channel to sell more of this headphone, just this headphone, the JT1, whatever, and then everyone bought it, and everyone goes, see, it's garbage, you wouldn't come back here. So there's no benefit for me lying because I plan to do this for the rest of my life. And I need to keep you people trusting me. It's all about a trust thing here on YouTube. You can't just make a video and be like, whoa, I'm Mr. Beast and I bought a burger chain and then I burnt my mother. She's on fire and bye, peace out, millionaire. All right? I'm a very slow burn fucking channel. What is happening on my phone? Fucking cheese is talking to me. So if I tell you that this headphone is blowing my fucking mind, it's blowing my mind. Because I have to be honest about it. And I've undersold headphones before because I'm afraid. But I think Simgot, which is a pretty well-established IEM brand, can do a pretty consistent job with things. And, all right, we're going to stop looking at them, which, by the way, having it almost is like Eris, where it's like not quite an open back. It's kind of a semi-open back because there's a lot of material here. Salute to art and science. It says twice. Then it says Simgot here. And then it says salute to art and science on top. And then it says art and science in the box. And then you plug in your things and there's little portholes here. And it just probably the most comfortable, cheapest headphones there has been since the Takstar Pro 82s. They just sit there and they're great. Now, she's fucking talking to me. So now, the setup that I'm listening to and coming all over the place is Valencia, which these don't need. They're a 32 ohm headphone. And so therefore Valencia is feeding it 17 watts per channel. What else? Does it say I don't think it's going to say the efficiency on here, anywhere in here. Yeah, I don't have that wire with the microphone, so whatever. But I'm not preamping with the Alpha Pro anymore. I decided to make the desk a little more interesting. Now I've got the WA7E Firefly, so the electrostatic one, but it still can be used as a preamp with the tubes. So I'm tube preamping that silver Valencia with that silver WA7E Fireflies. So big money right here. And sometimes on a headphone, big money doesn't make a difference. It just sounds the same. There's no scaling. Now when you get like this $40 costs, it's hilarious because I brought, it might even been this set, to Can Jam, New York, and I went up to the Audio Technica room where they had a $100,000 tube amp made in Japan out of this rare wood with a plaque made of like gold. And when I plugged these into it, I just laughed and laughed and laughed. And then I gave it to the Audio Technica guy and said, listen to this. And he laughed and we laughed because these scale. These scale remarkably well, and that's not something that happens on every headphone. And, wow. And I'll pick those up later. I know from going from their little shitty, this is not a very good thing, I'm also not going to say the goddamn name. Hello? McFly? No one in China was like, yeah, that's fine. That you could say that all the time. You know, for gaming, the G for gaming. And then I'm just going to call it the ew one. These fucking scale and they take a tube sound and it's like, In fact, there's a weird thing happening right now because I haven't been talking in them and I can kind of hear a resonance from my voice. I've had that happen in some IEMs, like where there's a bone conductor and you talk and you hear like the resonance. I'm hearing it in my own headphones. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's gotta be like these are just perfectly tuned to the sound of Zeos's voice. But all right. Put them on. I will, negative point, as I move my head back and forth, like my Hawaiian shirt, and Maja, which is very heavily weighted here, moves back and forth. I hear it transfers a lot of microphonics up into the cups. So if we're going to make a complaint, which Zeos has to make some complaints, is that when I have these on, using this wire with the heavy thing, and I'm moving, I hear it go in the cups. So don't change wires or get another wire or just expect that because it's just not tuned for the motion of the ocean. But fuck all that. Fuck everything except for how they sound. Because when I hit unpause and what we're listening to, Songs for the Ruins from various artists. Okay. This is now Yoshi Horikawa's Chiba and there's just barnyard animals happening. So I could smell that pig. I smell the pig through the headphones. And then the bass, like, what? if you rip these out of their chassis and you put whatever they did to the drivers and you copy the tuning exactly into another chassis that looks just phenomenal and say $700, I would shake my head. Yeah, this sounds roughly that. I've got to worry about like every other headphone I'm about to review for the next 6 months, year, where it's like, oh, here's our new dynamic flagship. And I'm going to have to listen to it and go, well, how does it compare to the EP5? Because like Eris is its own thing. I'm not going to suck its dick too much harder. I mean, I am, because it's the bassiest headphone. But this, I wish the clarity of the mid-range and highs that are in these goddamn things were in those. On my own collab that I make more money on than if I recommend anything else. Fuck, what is happening? This is an engaging, fucking smooth delivery. I don't... Like, this pull a pad off. I haven't done it yet because I know it's going to be a nightmare to put it back on, but I need to just see. Ooh, mystery. That is a fucking thick piece of foam on there. It's just, and I can just feel there's just plastic under it. There's nothing here. There's nothing about this headphone that makes any sense as to why it sounds so good. I don't need to change the pads for comfort. I mean, other than the wire, just to give it some balance. What is fucking happening here? Let me see if I can put this back on before the end of days. I've had issue recently with my immaculate skill, because you got to get that first. There's no notches there. God damn, I'm gonna be here for a fucking week. These headphones are, by and large, from Wally. By and large, some of the most impressive things that exists in audio under $100. And like Linsol just sent to me, they sent me everything. I got see that rack? See that rack on wheels now? Everything there needs to be reviewed. A ton of headphones, more Kiwi ears. I got the high-end harmonic dynes. I got the FT7s. And I'm kind of pissed that I'm starting with these, because if you listen to me and you go out and buy them and you break them in, because I do... Keep in mind that everything I talk about is not straight out of the box. Oh, this sounds good or bad. No, they all sit in the break-in rig for 100 plus hours, 200 plus hours sometimes. In fact, I think I was in Munich, and the 6 days I was in Munich, on top of a week before and a week after, these were just playing music, just because, why not? You're going to buy them, hopefully use them every day for years and years and years. So let me tell you what they sound like after probably normal use, 6-7 months of just using them. That's how I do it. Anytime someone says something sounds different than I hear it, you either just have a different HRTF, which is head-related transfer function, or I've just made the driver and the pads, like I try to put the pads on things to like break in the pads a little bit, but these are nonsensical. And I know you're all going to leave dislikes, and you're like, Zeos, you did this to me last time, and I bought the JT ones, and I didn't like them, blah, blah, blah. And I'll admit the JT ones were better with a pad swap, but I still liked the warm sound of the JT one. It didn't offend me. When something doesn't offend me, I'll give it a recommendation. When something is different, I will give it a recommendation, because I don't want the same shit. This isn't even different sounding. This just sounds way better than it should for 77 fuck off dollars. All right. The build is unimpressively plain. The accessories are non-existent. There isn't even a case. It's just raw cardboard box. You open up cardboard box and look, there's more cardboard for the cardboard box. The only 2 reviews of this headphone on Amazon, I don't know if there's any on Linsol. No on Linsol. Amazon has 2 reviews, 2 ratings. It's rated 4 stars. There's a 3-star and a 5-star. Neither one is in English. I had to convert this to German, and this is also German. Why are there 2 German reviews and nothing? Please, for the love of God, even if you hate this channel, I don't know why you'd be watching this long if you hated this channel, but Amazon will let you return it. Get it, play music on it loudly for a week and put it on your head and come back here and tell me I'm a fucking idiot. I invite you to call me an idiot in the comments, to say I'm a lying son of a bitch bastard. As part of the Vine review order, the limits, blah, blah, blah. What's this guy's problem with it? Headphones are not convincing at all. Sound is mediocre at most and lacks a high-res sound. What? Okay, that guy, look, here's the thing. Maybe I got a magic set. It might be the GL 2000s all over again. Which, if you don't know, I have there's somewhere back there. I did a review of a headphone. It was amazing. And then when everyone bought it, maybe 58% got the same sound as I did. And then 42% got a headphone that sounded muffled and like out of phase. And I heard it. Someone brought one to my house and we did an A/B. And I'm like, well, this isn't the same as this headphone. And that's always in the back of my fucking mind, is maybe my set is a golden set and not owned by Golden Sound. Like maybe this just miraculously sounds better than every one that you're going to get. And you have to worry about that. I have to worry about that more than you do because my reputation's on the goddamn line. But this is dumb. And for under 100, just fucking, there's the answer, by the way. I don't know. I don't want to oversell them. I'm literally blowing them on camera right now because tubing them, or even if I just go boom, solid state, straight out of, this basic RME 80i2/4 Pro SE, even if I do there's a delicacy to the treble. There's delicacy. And then it's not a super soundstage monster either. It's just sort of like a perfect balance. Let's get some real audiophile shit. I saw a shimmering light. They're not very open, by the way. They probably kill 6 or 7 dB just wearing them. So I'd call these a semi-open. They actually might dull sound even more than Eris does because they have foam in the front, no vents, and then the back is mostly closed except for the outside ring. So I'd call these a semi-open headphone and not a fully open headphone. Okay, hold on. Let's do a bass comparison. And just for giggles and shits, let's throw the Eris on. Because Ghost Data full-bodied is the bass test. And yes, I wear them in staging mode. Honestly, this is a slappy song and not a brr song. We're closer to the music than an Eris, but the treble just feels so much more refined. Don't shit on your own headphone, you moron. This is bad for business. But no, it's good for business because the truth is all I sell here. What my experiences are is all you come here for. If you come here for lies, you've come to the wrong place. You come here for waifus and waifus and waifus and audio and Jesus Christ and yes. I'm going to make this a shorter video by just shutting the fuck up. I feel like, you know what I would do? I would throw out like $700, buy 10 of these, and just have them shipped to random people to come and comment on my video. If you own these already, for the love of God, either back me up or challenge me in the comments. If you don't own them and you buy them, try them out of the box, give them a couple days just blasting music in a drawer somewhere, and then come back to the comments and either shit on me or tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I'm not crazy or tell me I'm crazy. That's all I want to know. Because I did have coffee today, which makes everything sound a little better. I might do a video on the second channel. If you check out the link tree to all my shit, there's a second channel, and in that, I can do anything I want. And I might do a drugs and audio. How do they interact? And I'm not talking about like hard drugs. Yeah, let's do some crystal fucking method and then listen to crystal method. No. Caffeine, fresh air, exercise. Yes, if you go running, you adrenaline, and then if you listen to music, I think it actually sounds worse. I like listening to music when I'm like what's the one where you're falling asleep? What's the drug that gets released? It's not endorphins, the opposite of endorphins. That shit makes music sound amazing. But coffee does me up, and then other illicit substances down. Like, I don't like music when I'm after a couple of drinks. But man, do I love music when I'm just like falling asleep. I might do a video on the second channel about that. Anyway. So yeah, Simgot, thanks for making me seem like an ass by making this fucking thing. It has no right sounding as good as it does. And I kind of knew when I threw it on the burning rig, because I always check the volume, because I always want to make it a little bit louder than I normally listen. And I listened for approximately 15 seconds and went, all right, we'll deal with this after Munich. And now we're dealing with it, and I can't shut up about it. So I'm about to stop this video. I'm going to go to my patronage chat, which is $15 a month, and tell them exactly what's going on. So if they're out of stock or low stock, although there's no reviews. No reviews means no one's really bought it, or no one's paying attention to it. And people should be fucking paying attention to this. It has some terrible working wording here, by the way. It's got finite element simulation, which is utilizing advanced finite element simulation technology. Optimized diaphragm performance with voice coil response. It's just bullshit. All this feels like bullshit. All that feels like bullshit. Target curves. I would say most headphones are 60% hard work. 60. 40% luck. You could work as hard as you want on a headphone. If it just doesn't work, that's just bad luck. So I don't know how many fucking 4-leaf clovers everyone at Simgot picked up on their way to work that day, but they did good. Real good. So yeah, I'm done. You're done. She's in the wallpaper horde along with every wallpaper I've ever used. Again, Patreon and Subscribe Star literally keep this channel going. You want to see reviews early? There you go. You want to participate in yard sales where I sell things? Won't be these, because what am I going to bid lower than $77 on that? Check that out. I sell things, just get the fuck out of my house. Got too much shit, get it out of my house. Yard sales. And then sound demos, lots of sound demos, which I can't wait. The sound demo for these, I'm hoping, is going to be just as good as I hear them, which will be absurd. And then for $15 a month, you get into the private behind-the-scenes Telegram chat to ask me questions directly, or where I tell you things are happening immediately. And then once you're in that, you're in a lifetime swap meet channel to buy, sell, and trade gear, so that if you have bought things that I recommended in the past, and you're like, you know what, I'm done with this, I want to buy new things, you go there. And you're in that for life. So yeah, I'm you know what, I'm just go back to this, and I will see you all in the next one. This is absolutely stupid.